Golden State Warriors looked incredible last night over the Los Angeles Lakers in a pretty much must-win game to keep them moving up the NBA Western Conference standings. They beat LeBron James and the Lakers 134 to 120, and the Warriors offense had a field day. I'll get into that here in just a few moments on Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I am Allie Barefoot, and your Golden State Warriors are now half a game back from the 9th seed in the NBA Western Conference, but with their win over the Los Angeles Lakers, they now have clinched the tiebreaker over LeBron James. So if their records were to match up at the end of the regular season, the Warriors will automatically get 9th place. Let's go ahead and break down what those NBA playoff standings are looking like right now. With the New Orleans Pelicans win last night, well, the Phoenix Suns moved into 7th place. So these four teams are what I'm looking at here. The Suns, the Kings, the Lakers, and the Warriors. As you guys can see, 9 games, 10 games, 10.5, and 11. It is truly a race to the finish line right now, and the Golden State Warriors have an opportunity, mathematically, to end as high as the 6th seed and avoid the play-in altogether. While that has about a 1% chance of happening, I'm focused on where the Warriors could end up if they win their next 3 ball games, which, with the way they were playing last night over the Lakers, is a very big possibility. The Trailblazers, that should be an easy win. The Pelicans, however, would be a must-win game for the Golden State Warriors, and the Utah Jazz, they just smoked them the other night without Steph Curry, so they should at least win 2 out of these 3 ball games. If they happen to win all 3 ball games, the ceiling has not yet been reached for Steph Curry and the Warriors. So I want to break down what this means for the Golden State Warriors, because if you guys are anything like me, I think playoff standings and seedings are extremely confusing, and I really suck at mental math. So I typed it all out, and I want to show you guys what I have found out. So to avoid the play-in altogether, there would have to be any loss or a Suns win. The Warriors cannot move into 6th seed. So the Suns cannot win their last 3 games, and the Warriors can't lose. That would possibly put them still in the 6th place, but if not, then they're locked into the play-in tournament. But there is an opportunity for the Golden State Warriors to possibly hit 7th, which would be a tiebreaker between the New Orleans Pelicans and Warriors, which would be decided by Friday's head-to-head matchup at the Chase Center. So once again, the Warriors have got to win every single game from here on out. The Suns would have to lose, the Kings would have to lose, but they would have to win against the Pelicans, which would decide their tiebreaker. Now, how can they move into 8th place, as they're currently half a game back in 10th place right now? Well, that would mean 2 Kings losses or 3 Pelicans or Suns losses this week, and Golden State Warriors can climb into 8th with a 3-0 finish. So once again, every other team ahead of them has got to fall significantly while the Warriors continue to rise. The good news is that the Warriors are absolutely dominating right now. They're on a 6-game win streak. They've won their last 8 out of 9, I believe. So my question here to you guys is, you guys watch every single Golden State Warriors games, and so do I, and I think there's a lot of potential here. They have not touched their ceiling heading into the play-in tournament / postseason. So if you had to guess on what you've seen from the Warriors in the month of March and April, which seed do you think the Golden State Warriors are going to end their season in? Type 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th. This is the Western Conference, baby. It is a race to the finish line. While you guys are typing that down below, let me go on ahead and tell you guys about my favorite daily fantasy sports app and why it's the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. Of course, that is PrizePicks. PrizePicks is super easy to play. All you guys have to do is pick between 2 to 6 players and just pick more or less on their projected stats, and you can win up to 100 times your money with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into 1,000 with basketball, hockey, college basketball, which just did end, but it was so much fun with March Madness. And PrizePicks has something for every single sports fan. Whether you're watching the NBA right now, whether you're watching the NHL, you play League of Legends or Call of Duty or everything in between, you can pick LeBron James to Steph Curry, Connor McDavid, Jude Bellingham, all in the same entry. They're not biased. You can mix and match your sports here, but with how the NBA has been going right now, I just had to settle in on my NBA picks here. For tonight's game, I've got Damian Lillard having more than 27.5 points. They did beat the Boston Celtics last night, but Dame didn't have the game that we're used to Damian Lillard having. So I think he has a redemption game tonight. Bam Adebayo to have more than 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. They went into overtime with the Atlanta Hawks, so maybe Bam Adebayo is going to have another great night as well. You can copy my picks, or you can make your own. Just go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use that promo code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100 with quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, an enormous selection of players and stat types. Pick more, pick less. It is truly that easy to play. Steve Kerr's in the right mindset right now, as he should be, saying anything can happen in these next 3 ball games, not just with the Warriors, but with all of those teams I just recently mentioned as well. So Steve Kerr is trying not to think too far ahead, as he should, and just keep playing the way the Warriors have been playing this past week and a half. But there is a possible scenario that the Warriors could still end up in 10th place, which is okay. They've already secured that play-in spot, but as you guys know, the winner of 9th and 10th plays the different seeding in the NBA Western Conference, and the winner of the 7th and 8th play-in games will go to the bottom of the seeding as well. So Warriors could end up in 10th if the Warriors lose one of their final 3 games and the Lakers win both of their games. They will be back in LA on Wednesday, as Los Angeles would be that 9th seed and would require home court advantage over the Warriors in their first play-in game. The good news is Steph Curry finally spoke out on how the Golden State Warriors are looking right now, and he said, does not matter who we face. We will have confidence no matter where we're at. And I love that from Steph Curry. You're always looking to Steph to have that leadership, that very voice of reason when it's coming to this postseason. The Warriors are no stranger to the postseason at all, and I truly do believe, despite all the inconsistency, despite all the experimenting from Steve Kerr this entire season, the Warriors are absolutely playing their best ball when it matters at the end of the season. Not to mention, the Warriors just made history in a must-win game of the Los Angeles Lakers. They said, screw that. We're going to beat you and make history as well. They were 1 3-pointer shy of tying the single-game franchise record. They made 26 threes in that entire game. 63.4% from the downtown is the best 3-point field goal percentage in a game in NBA history. It wasn't just Curry either. I'm going to break that down in just a few seconds, but I want to talk about what Kenja Andrews had to say after the game. And I completely agree here, saying one of the Warriors' strongest offensive games as of late. 58% from the field, 63% from the three-point line, 40 paint points. No Anthony Davis, but still. The second time, Thompson, Curry, and Green all hit 5 threes in a game. Yes, you heard me right. Draymond Green was in there as well. Steph Curry, 6 for 6. He was doing the 1, the 2, the 3. He had to go to his second hand to hit that 6. Klay Thompson and Draymond Green both had 5. Draymond Green was 100% from the three-point line. They shrugged off a little bit, and Draymond Green said, watch this, and went on some Steph Curry shit from downtown. Brandin Podziemski, Andrew Wiggins also wanted to join here in on the splash party. Gary Payton II also had 2 threes, but I want to point out something very important. Draymond Green said, I am not a splash brother, maybe a splash cousin. But nonetheless, LeBron James talked about Steph Curry and his performance, not after last night's game, but a couple weeks ago on the Mind the Game podcast with JJ Redick. I've been loving that podcast. A lot of insight to the game that LeBron James plays right now. So I thought this was very relevant to what Steph Curry did last night against the Lakers, saying the ball is not the problem with Steph Curry. He's the problem. Steph is most dangerous when he doesn't have the ball. You need reps of guarding something uncomfortable, and guarding Steph is uncomfortable. Well, the Golden State Warriors made it even more uncomfortable to guard players other than Steph Curry, with the splash brother, with the splash cousin, and the bench coming in as well. I think that Steph Curry and the Warriors are looking phenomenal right now, but they do still have the Blazers, the Pelicans, and the Jazz. How many games do you think the Golden State Warriors are going to win for the rest of the season? Do you think they're going to win 3? Do you think they fall to the Pelicans? Tell me why. Go ahead and comment that down below, as the Warriors will be playing tomorrow on April 11th. So I want you guys to go on ahead and let me know what you're thinking of the Golden State Warriors right now. I feel like I'm watching a shell of something of the 2017 Warriors, who are finally on that drive again, not comparing to that amazing team that they were, but I'm seeing that hope, that drive, that aggression. So all you guys have to do is just go on ahead and subscribe to Warriors Today by Chat Sports, because we will be going live for any postseason games that the Warriors will be playing in. Hopefully, it'll be past the play-in. They're going to be into the first round of the playoffs, or maybe they'll miss the play-in altogether. If anything happens with your Warriors, you know I'll do all the work. All you guys have to do is sit back, listen, enjoy, and hit that sub button for me.